Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FML FPL. Okay! Welcome to FML FPL Milan.
This Walsh.
What's happening, bud?
Yeah, the game week came and went. I'm on vacation. Been sick. Better now. What about you?
Yeah. You were keeping track on Discord for some of the games, right? Out of town.
Yeah. I mean, I still watched a handful. I didn't miss as much as I thought I would.
Yeah.
But
there's really no better place than Discord for all your DEFCONing or who has bonus or what happened or ass or dong or whatever, all the stuff. But yeah, I'm chilling over here.
okay.
Apartments coming together. Kitchen counters are ready at 2 p.m. tomorrow. 2 p.m. on Wednesday. So we're fucking flying.
Okay.
Thanksgiving. Holy shit. It's all happening.
Yeah.
How did Team Walsh get on?
Well,
always a good start.
Yeah.
Well,
it's just relentless. FPL is relentless. It never stops. It just always is coming.
It really is.
The Arsenal. It's such a fucking tilt off my face about sitting here with triple Arsenal D and they have the best game of the season and they don't clean. It's tough. It's tough
they
to
almost
legislate.
pitched a no-hitter. They almost allow zero chances at all, almost zero shots, and they somehow concede. Yeah.
It's just it's tough to legislate for it when you look at the game and in the totality of things that occurred. And I go there with a -12 on the half court shot, and I just sit here. I'm like, well, good process. I had all these guys in, and I walk away with no points, and it just feels terrible. But I'm very well versed in the triple defense, what session and what it looks like and what it feels like. So, you sometimes you put up a 0.04 XG game and you don't clean sheet.
And you don't clean those games.
Yeah, well, we have the bridge next week against a very dysfunctional team. So hopefully we just clean that game and we'll be okay. But it does feel for me, especially with the way that everyone's teams kind of look and you have so many overlapping players. It's like, if Arsenal keep a clean sheet, I will get a green arrow. And if they do not keep a clean sheet, I will get a red arrow is sort of the way my team is set up. And
the only other wrinkle in that is we both capped Mo, no cap. FFS tweeted that the top 10 most captain players all blanked, which is, it must be some kind of record, but really hitting a non-captain, a non-Holland cap or an Arsenal clean is your only way home, kind of. Because even
Saka returned.
Yeah. I mean, he DEFCONs every game. He's a monster. But I wanted to go to your transfer because Walsh kid out Gab and Mateta for Saliba and Sarr. I think pretty much seemed like everyone in our Discord was either bringing in Timber or Virgil for Gab. There was an occasional Diash or O'Reilly, but that was the majority, I would say. What was the thinking with Saliba? Just because I feel like a lot of people, no one was talking about Saliba except you and me on Thursday and Friday.
I mean, the only other two players that I was seriously considering was Pau and Bumo, which would have actually miraculously gotten less points than the two players I got who both also blanked. But
wait, it's not possible. Bumo played against 10 men for 90 minutes.
I mean, honestly, there is no worse thing for Bumo than to play against 10 men.
Yeah, it's
true. It's actual worst thing possible for him. So, and that aside, yeah, I mean, I just sold Virgil. I just sold Van Dijk a couple weeks ago.
3 weeks ago or something, yeah.
Yeah, and I had him and Mamardashvili for a while, and I was watching them defensively, with a lot of scrutiny, just watching their patterns and just, pretty much each, and I'm just watching this team, I'm just it just doesn't look good.
Not good.
It doesn't look like there's any reason why they should be keeping cleans. I mean, they're consistently giving up big chances, and they're consistently not keeping clean sheets. And they do the thing against the Real Madrid. They played well.
They clean Villa, they clean Madrid, and it's okay, is there a corner being turned here? And then it was not turned.
Yeah, I mean, then you see like, okay, Bradley's hurt again, so then you have to put Soboslai back at right back, and you're just making up all this stuff, and there's just so many players having to cop for other players either playing badly or playing out of position, and they still have Konate playing every single minute except for when it's the 50th minute and he gets subbed this week. But he just doesn't know how to play anymore. So I look at the team and the spine and everything. I'm like, this team just doesn't look good. So I was very surprised that the whole community, it seems like everybody and their dog were bringing in VVD. I mean, you look on paper and you're like, oh yeah, they're like pretty good fixtures. They have like Dyche and Western and Sunderland and Leeds and whatever. There is no good fixture for this defense. I mean, they just look like they are, every opponent they play looks like they're like, oh yeah, I can have these. Like we can get something out of these. And I mean, they have 6 losses in their last 7 games. I mean, it's just they're living off reputation. And based on what
the Villa clean is like, and the Madrid clean, it's like, how did those even happen? Yeah. Like those at this point are just the outliers. It's like, wait, how did those teams not get chances? It's so easy to get chances, and they just managed not to. I mean, Emery is his own thing, and Xabi has his own defensive style, but. Yeah, I mean, it was just as soon as the first goal went in against Forest, it was just Jover. But we'll talk more about that game. And then obviously you already own Timber and Calafiore, so yeah, it was either. But you considered the City guys too, right? I mean, Ruben talking about Diaz for a while. Yeah,
Ruben, I was considering, but ultimately I just still feel like Arsenal is by a distance the best defense in the league, and I just want as many defenders from their team as possible. And it was born true again this weekend.
It was very true.
Yeah, I mean it's just every game. I mean every game they just set up so much for no football to be played. The ball doesn't enter their third. I mean they don't even let up shots. It's just it's a comedy. It's just a comical joke of life watching them play football. So yeah, I mean I want it. I will do it. I would have done it again. I would do it again. I would get a 4th and a 5th defender if possible.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to have these 3, and I'll just sit tight with them for a while, and then when Gabriel comes back, I'll do something else or whatever. But yeah, I mean
And City obviously could have conceded like 3 or 4.
For sure.
So that was like a big, back to earth game. But we knew that was going to be a brutal game. All right, so let me pull up my team here.
Yeah, what about you? How are you doing?
You
bench boost. You don't.
I absolutely
you just don't,
flew.
This is all you do this whole year is just don't talk about anything, and then surprise chips, and then we pod and you talk about it.
We DM'd a little about it. My big realization was just that I never think about my team anymore. And that's been like a long years of transition of like more pod stuff, less my team and whatever. And that's kind of why like all these decisions I make always come on like, oh, it's Friday 2 a.m. Like, I think this is a good bench boost week. And then I go to sleep and you wake up and you see the bench boost and you're like, why the fuck didn't you bring up the bench boost? Like genuinely didn't look at my team until Friday night. But yeah, so I did backup keeper Darlow to Areola and bench boosted. The main reasons were, Areola for the keeper. I'm sick of Dubravka. I mean,
you knew he was going to get an assist, so it was an easy transfer.
Of course,
yeah.
and
10 saves
and 50 saves. Yeah,
10 saves, assists.
But really,
it's pretty simple.
Sick of Dubravka. He's no longer acceptable. Burnley are by a lot the worst team in the league, and it's just no longer a thing that he's remotely startable. So that was like one part of it. Was like, oh, I'll get the Nuno keeper. He's the next cheapest keeper in the game. The other part of it was I like my fixtures. Like Alderete obviously didn't play, but I like the Fulham fixture. King home Sunderland was a 2 or 3 pointer. He got the 3. Anderson is just the automatic def god, the opposite of def cuck. He's just the DEFCON machine. And I wanted to start Rodon too. And, so the guys I least expected got the 2 9-pointers, but, and Krupi. I was really high on Krupi with all the Bournemouth injuries. And I was like, I think he's going to start. I think he's going to get chances. Ultimately, he's the one who scores the least amount of points, but it was right.
Well,
he got the most chances. It's almost like a balancing of the books there where like, Areola gets a freak 9-pointer and Krupi like should have had a 10-pointer. But yeah, I mean, so I just ripped it. I didn't really want to save it any longer, or use my AFCON transfers for a bench boost or whatever. I just want to use it on the pitch. Yeah, so I just ripped it. So oh well, good.
Yeah,
I was thinking earlier.
You're not going to be happy with Areola immediately. We'll talk about it, but
yes,
I was really upset to see this, and yeah, I wish he would have just taken a hit. Because I think he's horrendous. I mean, I think he's just as bad as Dubravka. No. How many weeks do we need to see of Nuno? What do you mean no? I mean, they can't. Their defense is just as bad as any defense in the world, I feel like, watching Western play.
I don't think anyone's on Burnley's level. But yeah, they're not good. They're not good. But
they're not good. I mean, you have a goalie on another team that's just really bad. And the 9 is nice, but
he gets saves points. I think they have room to improve. Whereas with Burnley, I'm just like, they are who they are. Nuno's been there for 2 games, and
that's not accurate. He's been there for like 5, hasn't he?
Or 3 games, I think. No, didn't he just come in and win 2 and draw? Or when did he get there? I don't remember when he got there. But anyway, they're trending upwards, and their
defense doesn't look like it is though.
Oh, I mean, they didn't concede much against Burnley or Newcastle, really, in those 2 wins.
They conceded enough to not clean. I don't know. I mean,
so did Arsenal. That's not like how I look at things.
But we've been watching Western since he got there, and you and I have both been saying like this is a mess. Like this still doesn't look good. Like he's still playing bad CBs. Like Kelman gives a goal away every game. I mean, it's just a bad defense. So I wish you would have just hit for someone who's actually good. Like I think you're going to give these points back over the next few game weeks with Areola like forced to start him every week.
Yeah, I'm not nearly as low. I mean, obviously against Bournemouth, it was a weird one. They subbed off everyone. They didn't take another shot after like the 30th minute and just protected for a draw, and it was a disaster. And Bournemouth could have scored 5 goals easily. But
and their fixtures are also absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, so I'll just get him in and out, and he'll score between 2 and 4 with the occasional haul, and I think it'll be okay.
Okay.
And, they didn't concede shit against Newcastle, and there's signs. There's signs of improvement. Okay. Meanwhile, Everton back-to-back cleans is really what's like fucking killing me, because I felt good about them, and then they fucking did it. And we didn't even talk about Bowen Defcon and Thiago Defcucking. A lot of forward defconning, and Krupi defcucking too. A lot of forwards are defconning. Everything has changed. The league has completely changed.
Yeah, I mean the forward and midfield defcon, it's just such a random joke. Like I don't even pay attention to it, honestly.
Unless you're one of those DMs, there's like 8 of them who just, they are gonna defcon like every game pretty much. And yeah, no other midfielder. I mean, Saka is fucking defconning back-to-back games. Like, what the hell? In non-competitive joke games too. It's not like they were like defending deep, so it was a weird one. I'm not gonna do league stuff. I'll skip it for now. There's a game today, so it's not updated as usual. Should we start with a little lifestyle? Brian said, what's your favorite thing about Thanksgiving? Could be food, football, friends, family, or whatever.
It's pretty easy for me. It's when it ends and I can drive home and go home.
We've talked about our hatred of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's by far my least favorite holiday. I think I just hate it. I wish it didn't exist.
There's nothing to it.
It's hard. It's horrible food, and I don't like seeing my in-laws and all of them, and I wish it didn't happen. I just wish it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't on the calendar.
But it is a chore. Yeah, it's a chore.
Yeah, so my favorite thing is when it ends and I go home and I'm like, okay, good. 364 sleeps until I have to do this again.
Yeah, I mean, football is like the obvious answer because I just love the NFL and I'll happily watch a game. The other answer is no alternate side street parking in New York City, so it'll be really easy when I drive home and park.
There you go.
We're both
The
driving
alternate
home, and that's one of the highlights.
Yeah,
one of the big highlights.
my garage is always no alternate side garage.
No alternate side. Yeah,
I can drive right in there every day. But
that's perfect. Yeah, I moved to a Monday, Thursday spot this morning, and I'm going to stay there until I leave, and then I'm going to park there when I get back. It's easy.
I'm also like very wary of people that love Thanksgiving. Like those people, I'm suspicious of.
Who are they?
They're out there.
I know they're out there. I just don't associate with them. I don't know. Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving, all this stuff.
I don't know. I don't like to hand my life over to Hallmark and for them to dictate terms to me of what I should be doing.
Not what the Pilgrims would have wanted.
No, they definitely wouldn't. Nor the Native Americans, nor the Native Americans. Yeah, yes. Like none of the above.
None of the above signed off on this bullshit holiday with bad food.
I'm not about it. Give me a boxing day where you celebrate boxing and boxers. Every boxing match, like, can we exchange? I'll exchange that.
I'll break down boxes for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's way better.
Way better. All right, where should we kick off here? What were the big men? I mean, I was looking at stuff before we started, and Arsenal Spurs. It's just there's literally nothing to talk about.
There's nothing.
Spurs were that bad, and it's like one of those things where I'm always emailing Cole like for the GIF and blah blah. And I'm like, as a hat trick and blah, and then I'm just like, but
who cares?
There's nothing else. Like the rich goal didn't matter. The nothing mattered.
The whole thing was worthless.
The title race is honestly fucking over. I mean, it's just
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's literally nothing to talk about the Arsenal game. I guess we have to do our obligatory 2 to 7 minutes about Mo.
That's
and
crazy.
Him, just blanking and points dodging every week.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, we are sitting here, standing for Mo like we're fucking like he's our father or something. But I will still keep him until he leaves to Egypt, and then I won't own him again for the rest of the season. I will definitely not captain him home Sunderland in Gameweek 14 as I had intended to 3 days ago. Otherwise, like, I'm still just sitting here looking at him and them of like, they're obviously dysfunctional and in air quotes bad, but they're still, a top 8 team, and he's on pens, and I have nowhere else I want to go with his place.
That's almost the more important part is like, I look around and I'm just like, people every week are like, Mo out, Mo out. I'm like, who are you getting?
Who? For what?
Who don't you own that you are fucking dying over every week? Who are you hiding behind the couch because you don't own? That they don't exist.
Yeah. I mean, the midfielders almost as bad as the forwards. Like they're so bad.
It's crazy.
So I just sit here. He could have gotten a couple of assists, this and that. Didn't do anything. Maybe he could have gotten a goal. It's a broken record, and I will continue to just roll him out as they lose every game, and he gets no points.
Couldn't agree more.
I just don't know what else. I don't know what else to do, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, the only questions we got were about Mo. We already covered that. And then FPL Towers intern said, would love Alon's thoughts on Liverpool when they'll bounce back. And then Clam and M. Webb said, do I just bomb VVD straight out after bringing him in this week? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. It just seems like any time. It's one of those cursed seasons. And this has happened twice under Klopp in the last decade, and it looks like it's happening again, where it just feels like everything's just going to go in. Doesn't matter. Like, you can dominate, and Liverpool dominated Spurs, Forest, like they were fucking Spurs for 30 minutes to a level that only title contending teams do. And then they concede one corner for Forest's pretty much only shot, which shouldn't have even counted. And that was game over for Liverpool. And there was just no more tracking. Konate mistake after mistake. None of the midfielders are covering runners. Gakpo's standing still. I mean, just everything. So that's not a team you want your center back on. I mean, straight up. And the big thing with the City guys that we talked about last week, I'm sure, was just like, really don't like this away Newcastle fixture. It's really fucking hard. They take points off City every single year. That's out of the way. The fixtures look incredible for City. Like if you're bringing in someone like Diaz, he's home Leeds, at Fulham, home Sunderland, at Palace, home West Ham, at NFO, at Sunderland. What the fuck are we doing? Like there's no way that player does not outscore a Liverpool defender in the stretch. So I would just, I would just rip him out, and I'd probably go to Diaz. I love O'Reilly. I'm still worried about starts. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, or an Arsenal defender if you don't already have three Arsenal players. But yeah, it just seems like a really bad pick. I mean, he's getting DEFCONs very consistently. Well, I mean, sort of.
He had those two weird games where he didn't get them, but those seem like outliers. Yeah, he usually gets them.
But yeah, I mean, they just are being got at every single game, so it doesn't really. And the bigger issue to me is more of like, do you expect it to change in the immediate term? I mean, there's really no reason why you should. I mean, they still have all these injuries. They still play midweek. They're still like forced, they're pressed against everything. And it just doesn't really make sense of why they would turn this around from a clean sheet perspective anytime soon. So yeah, he just seems like a really bad pick. And if you got him and you watch the game and you look at everything, all put together, it just doesn't. I feel like you're just going to be giving points away with him, and he's expensive.
That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. I just think it's even if you don't want to do it now, you have other issues. You only have one free, whatever the hell your hopium is and your reason is. It's a future transfer, no matter what. And so if you move that forward in a run where City have good fixtures, Arsenal, every fixture is good for Arsenal, you will gain points. I feel very confident in that. And then the other question about when they'll turn around. I was thinking back to the COVID season, after they won the title, similar in that way. Disaster, similar in that way. They also lost like 7 in a row in that season or whatever. And then I don't know if you remember, but the last 10 games of that season, they were insane. And they looked incredible. And they parlayed that into a quadruple contending season the next season. And they won all their games, and Mo was insane, and Mane and Trent and etc. And they kept the cleans. What I don't really remember is like, where did that come from? Because when you look at the results, they were
playing Nat Phillips and like 5-year-olds at center back. So I think they got healthier, and that helped.
No, but they were still playing those guys in those games.
Are you sure at the end of the season?
100%. All of those games were started by Kabak, Reese,
what's his name?
And Nat. Reese Williams and Nat.
Or something?
Yeah. All of those games. Every single one. Hendo was still out. Van Dijk was still out. All that shit. And they just played incredibly well. And I don't really remember what changed. I mean, I think maybe Fabinho came back. There was definitely some fitness stuff. But
because Fabinho was playing center back some games that year too, right?
Fabinho and Hendo played center back that year, and Thiago was maybe back. Like I just have a hard time remembering.
I'm sure Thiago was hurt the whole year. Let's not.
No, he played games.
Here. Come on.
But that's, if you can figure out what prompted that, then you win the fucking prize. And if you can figure out when they're back and when they're good and when they show signs, and jump on 2 of their players, you will haul ass, because there's still a good crop of players. But right now is not that time, I think, pretty clearly.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than a good crop. I mean, it's still a top 3 squad in the league. It's not even debatable. It's just the fullback situation's a problem. I mean, Konate turning into one of the worst players in the division is a problem. It's just where do you go from here? I mean, the balance too. I mean, slots. We don't obviously like sit in on meetings and listen to how what's going on, but there's just so much space. Like there's so much space.
Crazy.
Once they turn, the passing is erratic, and when they turn the ball over, there's so much space, and they're just getting hit so easily. And like he's not covering up. He's not playing more conservatively. He's just kind of like Gravenberch, like go do everything, and then like whatever happens.
Dribble by 2 guys and shoot, please.
Yeah, and like Macca's still, in and out. And so
he's been awful again. He's back, like he was good for like 2 games. He's back to where he was before those 2 games. It's just
So
and not to mention, I mean, we haven't mentioned Frimpong, who is literally Trent's replacement, who hasn't even played 90 minutes this season, and Isak, he's one of the 3 best strikers in the world who also has not really played, and he's been horrible. So
yeah, no goals, not played all year, but
yeah. So
and the pressing, I mean, that's been another thing, right? I mean, I know in Anfield Rep they've been going nuts about like how bad the pressing looks. Like they don't know what they're supposed to be doing, and it's not a cohesive unit pressing, and it's causing everything else to break down. And I'm sure there's something to that, but
for sure,
yeah, it just seems like there's no reason to be here at this point in FPL.
Totally. On to brighter pastures is Palace, but I mean, Parma said, is Sarr a more urgent sell than even Enzo? And then Brian said, with upcoming fixture congestion and Palace's squad depth, does Mateta's 59-minute appearance this weekend make him a transfer out? I thought it would be all positivity. I mean, they both got chances, and Palace easily
Mateta got one chance. I mean,
he got
literally one. He was
huge
really
chance.
bad.
But
but he was really bad otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been really bad in general for a while, Mateta, I think. In terms of open play,
he's carrying something and sub.
I don't know. I mean, he scored for France. I mean, he keeps going to France, right? So I mean, it's still like I feel like even back to the Olympics, like other than the Bournemouth game where he had the hat, like since that game, he's been bad every game since then. He scored a goal.
Yeah.
He scored one goal. In the medium, but. Yeah, Sarr was kind of unusual. He was playing a little bit more reserved than I kind of am used to him seeing. Like he was doing a little bit more build up stuff. He was doing a little bit more like entry pass stuff this game against Wolves. But it's tough to look at because they still have at Burnley coming up. Other than that, though, the fixtures are a little bit bizarre from an attacking standpoint. Where you have home United, at Fulham, home City is 16, and we know Sarr's leaving. So I'm like a little bit upset with myself that I brought Sarr in, but it did feel too where I was just like, okay, I like the Wolves game, I like the Burnley game. I feel like even Man United at home is a really good one for us.
It's good. Yeah, their defense hasn't been good all year.
Well, they're just strictly worse version of us. Like they play the same system with a stupider manager with worse players. Right. So I think we should just be able to get at them, and we probably will destroy them, and especially at home. So I was just kind of like, okay, I like this little 3-game window, and then I'll probably get rid of Sarr before game week 15 maybe or something with the Fulham game, which we'll probably do nothing against. But I mean, we're still just clearly good. I mean, our system's just so good, and our defense and we're so compact in midfield to defense. Like we just can't get really broken down very well. We probably were good to concede a goal against Wolves, but we're just still just good. We're just generally good. And
Wolves had those two. This is where you see like XG's fraudulence is that like if you only look at XG and don't watch the highlights or don't watch the games, even better, you'll say, well, Wolves had 2 fucking sitters, but in reality, and they were both really fucking weird chances. One was a deflection onto his knee that he had no time to react to, Krejci or whatever. The other one was Arias. I don't even know what happened on that. It was just he was off balance. He didn't really get a strike off at all. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, fucking Palace's defense has absolutely murdered me this year, and they just keep cleaning. Muñoz with the haul this week. Gahey, LaCroix are up there. They're all 3 of those guys are top 5 defenders in the game. It just seems like
Muñoz was the best. Muñoz was the best player for us this game by a lot. He was close to returns, and every single goal scoring opportunity we had, he was involved, whether it was the shot or the pass, the assist potential.
Right.
But
I mean, the defense 3 times, and he's the 2nd highest scoring defender in the game.
Yeah. I mean,
he's just doing the attacking shit that he did last year.
Yeah, it's 5 attacking returns, and we also just have fucking shit ton of cleans. What do we have? 6. We have 6 cleans. Clean
50% of the games.
Yeah. So
he almost is sitting at 50% attacking returns, 50% cleans. I mean, that's fucking nuts. Yeah. But yeah, the fixtures are still pretty good.
Yeah, Sarr is just really. He's probably the hardest player to like explain
evaluate.
In FPL.
Yeah,
evaluate just because he's so involved and so difficult to defend, and he also just doesn't really do that much, even though he's out of position and like looks really I mean, he got fouled outside the box. It was almost a pen this game. And I mean, he didn't really take any shot. I mean, he doesn't really take any shots. I mean, his shot numbers are usually pretty bad, but when he does take a shot, it's usually a really good one.
Exactly.
It's just so, I mean, he has 3 goals in 12 games. I mean, that's probably the rate. Like he's a 1 in 4 goal scoring player.
He's only played 10 games. Yeah. But yeah.
But you know, whatever. Like, you know, he's not going to get more than 10 goals in a season. Like it just feels really hard for that to happen.
And
watching him play and
for his price, that's good. Right? You know, like he gets like 10 and 3, like, you know, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's just cuz
you're just waiting for a haul. You're just like, it's like a fucking stick of dynamite waiting for the haul, and if it never comes, it just blows up in your face. It's just
I mean, it's just 5 blanks in a row. I mean, it's hard. I mean, that's hard. Like he's 90 minutes every game. It's 5 blanks in a row. You know, I mean, you pick a player who blanks 5 times in a row. It's in FPL, like that's not really easy to do when you're picking the best attacking players in the game. Yeah. Like that's hard. And when you sit there with someone like that and it happens, and he does last year, I think he had like a skip run of 7 or 8 or something in a row.
And it's your team, so you're watching. You know, there's no watching. There's no hiding.
But either way, like you have a player that blanks 5 times in a row, you're like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, you know, you reevaluate everything. And that's a really hard player to tip or to say, you know, this is a great pick. Like he's clearly not a great pick. I mean, he's adequate. I mean, he's a mid-price midfielder.
He's old.
Sarr is old?
No, a hold. Like the idea of the question being like, is he an urgent sell? Like, no. Like I cannot co-sign that at all. But I mean, it's hard to be like, buy. You know, it's gonna come good. It's gonna come good as the stock keeps plummeting.
No, I think with the Wolves fixture gone, I mean, you're looking at this of just like, it's when are you going to sell, not if you're going to sell. Obviously, he's going to be gone, but I would probably look at selling him after the Burnley game. He's gone from my team for sure.
I know this is way too difficult for, you know, the official FPL devs to do, but would be kind of nice if the AFCON fixtures were represented at all on the fixture list, where they're just like guaranteed blanking these 5 games, and it just doesn't show anything. So, little pet peeve there. There was some question about the Arsenal midfielders, obviously with Eze's hat trick. I mean, Psycho said, is Saka the worst Arsenal midfielder besides maybe Zubamendi? Voltaire said, is Eze a great 3rd Arsenal pick? And Romford, I mean, pour one out for Romford. He said, how do I get over selling Eze this week? I see him everywhere I turn. And that's dark.
Selling Eze this week.
He sold Eze this week. Pre 20-pointer. And I'm not exaggerating. It was 20 on the nose.
It's not great. It's like when I sold Palmer last year before the 4-goal game. Yeah.
Brutal.
It's not quite as bad. It's
a brutality either way.
Yeah, it's a little bit less bad. What's the question? What are we talking about with this exactly?
Eze as a pick, getting overselling Eze, and is Saka the worst midfielder pick, which I guess is also an Eze/Rice question. I guess, you know, a lot of teams don't have 3 Arsenal. They probably had 1 defender or 2 defenders, and that was Gabriel. And then maybe they did Gabriel to Diaz or Gabriel to VVD or Gabriel to Timber. So they're sitting on 2 Arsenal now. And they're looking at, do I want Saka? Do I want Eze? Do I want Rice? Do I want fucking Trossard? Do I want Merino? You know, like the list goes on and on. There's not that many good midfielder picks, and they just scored 4. So I think that's where people are coming from.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just the dumbest idiot in the world, but I still feel like Saka maybe gets a little bit of an accepting, because with Gyak out, when you know he has pens, is like, okay, whatever. Like, you know, you give him pens, but I don't understand why you would want any of these players over any of the defenders. Like, I just feel like the defenders they don't score 4 goals. Like the other team has to profoundly implode upon themselves for Arsenal to score more than 2 goals this year. Yes. And, you know, it takes a special team to do that under a special set of circumstances. But usually, if you just go behind 1-0 or you give up 1 or 2 goals, the other team just stops doing anything. And so does Arteta, and the game ends. So, I mean, I just look at this team of like, they will be keeping at least 50% of the games will be clean sheets, and their best chances are set pieces. And I just want all their defenders, and, you know, they're going to get more bonus points than typical because all of their attackers kind of suck and they don't score that many goals. Yep. And I just want all of that. Like, I mean, I just want all of those possible shares. So like, this is where I want to change formation or what. I mean, they're also just way cheaper, and not that we need the money right now, but we might in the future. I don't know. But
yeah,
you know, I don't want fucking Trossard. I don't want Rice. I don't want Eze. I don't want, you know, I mean, Saka I have a little bit more time for with Gyak out. And
yeah,
just,
I still think Saka's one of the best picks.
Yeah,
you know, one of the best attacker picks. You know,
but just give me defenders. Just give me the defenders. I just, that's all I want.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty with you. I mean, not to like overdo it and blow smoke just because he scored a hat trick, but he was playing well before that. It's kind of crazy how just Odegaard is just, it's hard to imagine him getting in the team. You know, like, what are we doing dropping if when Odegaard eventually comes back, where he hasn't been good for a year and a half and he's hurt all the time. You know, and I could see the case there. And I think he is allowed more freedom than we thought he would be. You know, he's taking a shit ton of shots, whereas like usually I associate an Arsenal midfielder with not allowed to be doing that. He's taking the most shots on the team per 90, most shots on the entire team.
I mean, he's really uncanny, like really nice awareness of just where the space is and the way that they play, where they, you know, have the underlapping fullbacks and like overloading on these wings, where there's just a lot of space in between when the defense back four like drops deep when they're going to the byline, and there's a space in the halves, like in between the top of the box, like that area where he just drifts in, and that's where they find him a lot. And you know, he's really good at getting into those areas and you know, and getting a lot of shots. But we've seen though with all the shots, like typically they get blocked. Like it's just there's so many guys in front of him, and they're like half volleys or like really weird fucking
crazy
shots. And just kind of crazy shots. So you know, he's obviously going to keep, you know, trickling in points and ticking over. But I also just do have the idea of, I mean, he's been on Palace for a lot of years. He's not the most robust, fit player that, you know, has ever graced the walk of the earth. So I don't know if maybe he's just like in Super Saiyan mode because he's at Arsenal and he's like, okay, I could just keep doing everything. But they play 60 games this year. I mean, he has to be protected. Like I think that 60-30s could start happening more. I mean, he was getting subbed very consistently, like around 60-70. You know, he'll pop a couple 90s, like he's subbing him as one of the last guys. But, you know, we have Champions League starting a back up, and it's the pile up coming back up. So, you know, I do expect him to just miss some games, like not play all the minutes. So I just don't really think he's a pick. I mean, even though the shot, I hear you with the shot numbers. I mean, they speak for themselves. They're up.
Making the case.
No, I mean, the case is there. The case is there. I mean, he's also just not expensive. He's 7-7. Like he's not that expensive, but I mean, Odegaard is knocking. Like he's like going to be coming right back on the bench. And I don't know. I'm not there. Like, I just feel like give me the more guaranteed points from the defenders than like him maybe getting an attacking return in a given game.
And
maybe
the guaranteed minutes. And minutes are just the most underrated thing in the world still, you know, still to this day. Got to be on the pitch to score points. And I'm with you. I mean, he's also not like, he's not prolific, right? Like he's not like coming from Palace. Like he scored 19 goals last year. Like he's never scored more than like 10 on penalty goals, 10. And he's not on pens, you know, so the hat trick was great and he's awesome. And we're all rooting for him because he's cool and fun and he's having a fun time. But
yeah. And how many goals does he have this season? 4. It's like, 4. Okay, like let's
just
chill.
Scored 3.
You know? Yeah. He wasn't just like scoring every couple games, and it's like, oh wow, now it's like it really cements him as a pick. Like, it's just such a reactionary. Like, oh my god, hat trick. As like, how do we not have Eze? Like, he's not a hat trick. It's like because he's fucking not that good. Like, no one had him in his team because he's not that good of a pick. And
everyone who had him sold him. That's what That's what Romford needs to console himself with. Is everyone who had him sold him because he hasn't been good.
Yeah.
Couple well, I know you already ripped your free hit. I still have mine. I absolutely no idea when I'm going to use it. I haven't even thought about it.
We won't know about it when you do.
You'll know when you wake up. That's how I'm doing things.
Great.
But I guess people are free hitting this week. I mean, Mike said, I'm on free hit this week. Would you have any Liverpool players? West Ham's a good fixture, but the wheels are coming off for Liverpool big time. I mean, do you want to just shout any free hit guys for this week? Like the fixtures you like, I guess?
I mean, not really. Like City play Leeds and Brentford play Burnley. Like that's enough, I guess. We don't need to do much more.
That's 5 picks, and
Villa play Wolves. You pick a guy or two there. I don't know. I mean, whatever.
And you'll have 3 Arsenal still. I mean, that was kind of Rabbit Man's question. Actually, I'll just go there. He said, "Is using free hit a bit of bait?" He said, "People are going to remove all their good picks with bad fixtures like Saka this week. It feels high risk. Would you rather have a good player in a bad fixture or a meh player in a good fixture?" Which is that's kind of what free hit is, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's why we like to use free hit when you have like the blank game, because you can't get negative points when your players aren't playing. Like they're going to get points. So exactly. You're always baiting yourself in a degree here where you have the chance of getting less points than your original team. I mean, I think we're like using it to be like, oh, Arsenal play Chelsea, therefore I will free hit. It's like Arsenal just had an NLD and put up 0.04 XG and disassembled them. So this is a Chelsea team that's been bad all year performance-wise. They should just fucking ass fuck them, and I expect them to. Yeah. So that's not a good reason, you know. Yeah. If you're like, if you, you know, I think
it's just so team dependent. I mean, you would really have to show me a team that like has multiple of the worst fixtures in the league and also doesn't own the other side of that coin, which would be like great fixtures, you know, like. I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but you have double Chelsea who are home Arsenal, and you have triple Arsenal, and I don't fucking know who you know, what are we even talking about? But just some nightmare situation, and you know, getting out of that seems like a net positive, but it is tricky. I mean, when you use yours really early, right? Like Gameweek 2 or something like that, and
I think it was when Liverpool and City played. I honestly don't remember.
No, because they just played. That was they just played like, you know,
was it Liverpool Arsenal?
Oh, maybe it was then. Yeah, maybe it was then. I'm curious because I actually don't even remember because you were just ripping all of them.
Yeah.
Game week 3, you played it.
It probably went badly.
It was the Liverpool Arsenal week. You captained Bruno, who got a 10-pointer. Seems good. Oh, it was the week you triple Man United because they were home Burnley.
Oh, yeah.
And Cunha went off hurt, but you got the Bruno and Bumo hauls, and you got some stuff. So it was good. It was
great.
Yeah, but anyway.
Oh, I had Cells. Good friend.
Oh my God, let's go.
It comes full circle.
Yes, the dice within us all. Superhand said, is there anyone in the game worth transferring in? Big question there.
Easy save.
Rolling the most powerful chip.
I mean, Thiago just continues to...
What the fuck is he doing?
He's just farming. He's a fucking actual farmer.
What
farms
is this,
points.
though?
It's nothing. It's just
they
fucking get him in your team.
Pens.
Yeah. Easy.
Double any other team in the league.
Django is unplayable, so just get Thiago in. Like he's
also home Burnley this week.
It's not a pretty good fixture. Yeah, I mean the pen miss was a huge swing. It was an 8-point swing. Hated to see that as a Thiago owner, but it was a terrible pen.
It was bad.
He's worth transferring in. I will say that.
I can support that.
So are Arsenal defenders.
So are Arsenal players and defenders.
Yeah.
X50 asks, do a triple captain Haaland this week, struggling to see a better opportunity for it before the chips reset? 100,000,000% yes.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to see midweek if he was getting injured, but yeah. I mean,
if he's not injured, it's an easiest slam that.
Hamburg said, what are we looking at with Senesi?
Good question.
Are we starting to get a little bit concerned here?
A little bit. At the same time, he's so fucking classy. Like, what a psycho.
He almost gets a red card every game. I don't know how classy that is.
That's true. Classy on the ball. Let me be more clear.
Fine.
Classy on the ball.
Okay.
He just creates chances like, you know, he's a fucking fullback. Yeah, it's becoming a little bit of an issue here. I mean, they really did beat the absolute fucking shit out of West Ham. Like arguably neither of those goals should have been goals. It was a howler from Petrovic and a complete insane freak worldie on the second goal. But more importantly were the two aways before that, where Villa and City just did whatever they wanted to them. Their away form has been horrifically bad. And the away before the Villa and City ones were the Palace one when Mateta hat-tricked and Palace could have scored fucking 9 goals that day. So,
yep.
I'm my eyebrows are up. I'm monitoring. I'm not panicking. They still have Sunderland and Everton the next 2, but if they like look bad, don't clean, red card shout, etc. in those games, like it's got to be a fire sale. I think. They started beginning of the season. We were all worried about they lost 3 of their starting, if you include the keeper, 3 of their starting 5 at the back. And then they were just great. And it was like, oh, I guess they're just great. And now it seems like it caught up to them. Maybe I don't know. There's no noticeable difference. There's no big injuries.
I'm terrified.
Yeah.
I think that it's like the warning signs are very bright flashing lights of like, this is a team that is not on the upswing anymore.
Yep. Definitely.
It's really difficult to consider with them because they have like some really nice midfield play, but they have had a lot of turmoil in the team sheet from the front, and like the pressing and the cohesiveness of the entire team feels very suspect. Like every game I'm watching, I'm just like, what kind of a Bournemouth are we going to get here today? And I mean, Evan Nielsen looks like he's just turned into a pumpkin before our eyes, and
I got to pat myself in the back. Maybe he always was a fucking pumpkin. I was a non-believer. He's okay. And he's just not fucking good enough.
No, I mean, he's certainly emerging this season to be like who Porto thought that he was when they sold him.
Yes.
And like Krupi is a fucking 10-year-old. And it's just bizarre because like Christie, he's had a lot of injury issues, but I mean, he just hasn't been playing very consistently. And he was like their best player last year. And, you look at like Ty Adams has been playing every week, but, Scott, Brooks, like Clive's in and out, Semenyo's Semenyo's fine, but Cook,
also, Diakite's in and out. I don't know what's up with
that. Yeah, they play Milisavage, whatever the fuck. The other kid, the
right back's all fucked up. Jimenez.
Yeah. It just feels really weird. And
yeah, I agree.
It just feels
Cook
really
doesn't
weird.
Play. Cook's always been great for them. Like he was also great last year.
Yeah, and
he doesn't play anymore. Yeah,
I think he's been hurt, but yeah, I mean it's very messy. It's just very messy situation. So I like am looking at Senesi as like there's not really a scenario. I mean, he has 4 yellows, so we probably won't see him in Gameweek 14. I'll probably get one on Sunderland because he gets one every game. But after the Everton game, the fixture run turns. There's no reason to keep him. I cannot possibly in my mind fathom an argument to hold him. I mean, the fixtures it's Sunderland, Everton, and then it's
when we get all
Chelsea, Man United, Burnley home, which is obviously a good one, at Brentford, at Chelsea, home Arsenal, home Spurs, at Brighton, home Liverpool. I mean, we're into almost February here. I mean, it's there's no clean sheets,
and we know
besides home Burnley
so far this season. I just mentioned it, how bad their away form's been. So if you just look at homes and just say like, oh, maybe he's good enough to rotate, it's the home Burnley you mentioned in 17, and then it's home Arsenal, home Spurs, home Liverpool are the next 3 homes after. You can't even start them. You can never start them. So
I mean, they're home Everton in 14, which is a good one. But
yeah. I bet. I meant after you get the AFCON transfer. So he'll probably just be a sacrifice in the, maybe not in 16 because you want to keep him for home Burnley, maybe.
Well, the 4 yellows are going to dictate things. So
the 4 yellows, but yeah, we'll probably
he's going to get it. I mean,
him soon.
He's not going to go like 3 games without getting a yellow card. I mean, he barely goes 3 games without getting a red card shout.
Also, maybe low key, maybe not low key. I don't know if people are talking about it. Petrovic.
Yeah. problematic.
Showing some signs of the past.
Why Chelsea sold him.
Past Chelsea Petrovic, where like he's just let in a bunch of goals he shouldn't have let in the last few games. And Kepa wasn't doing that last year. So
I mean, where's Travers when you need him?
Where's Trav? Yeah, Trav's allowed.
Yeah, it's a problem there.
Yeah, something to watch for sure. Homburg said, with the AFCON transfer so close, I've been shy of taking hits. My team has been seriously lacking. Should we try to not take these future transfers into account early doors?
I mean, we've been talking about, to use your transfers very proactively before we get the 5. So. Like you want to have 0 free transfers when we get 5, because if you have 2 or 3, then you don't get 5, you get 3 or 4, and it just doesn't make it 2 or 3, right? It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, you just look at this little window and, use your transfers, right? I mean, I don't think it's too complicated.
Straight up. Jeff said, I need a defender 4 or 5 or below. Who's the guy? Savona, VDB. And what's the Richards thing? He kind of limped off. Actually, I don't even know if he's still 4 or 5.
Yeah, they said he is. It was pre-planned, or it's 4-6.
Oh, okay. It's 4-6. Yeah.
You're fucked.
Jeez.
4 or 5. So I mean,
Keane. Look at fucking Keane. Back to back cleans. 15, 9. Donger. Yeah. Anderson's still good.
I mean, I think Anderson's probably top of the pile. Like, their fixtures are pretty good. He DEFCONs. I think it's probably Anderson for me.
Yeah. Between those 4 or 5, probably.
What else are we looking for? 4 or 5. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the Brighton guys.
I mean, Pau, much I like.
Not ironically, like, I do feel like Pau and Villa are, better. I mean, they're just fine. Like, they're just a good team. I mean, the lack of DEFCONs is problematic there, but I mean, when you're looking at the 4 or 5 options, there just aren't too many.
Yeah. I mean, what are we saying with Villa? I mean, Quidge asked, what's up with Villa? What's up with Ollie Watkins? Mo said, is it Morgan Rogers time? I mean, are there picks there? Like, maybe Morgan Rogers, maybe a defender, but I don't feel great about any of them, to be honest. I don't know if they're worth it. They're worth the value. Ollie's, it's like impossible that he has 900 plus minutes and 1 goal. It just makes absolutely no sense. I don't know what the fuck happened to him.
I mean, he just can't beat it. He's lost a couple steps. Like, that's strictly all I can tell. And
just overuse, too much tread on the tires.
I think he's just old. I mean, he's not 25 or 24 anymore. Like, he's not in his peak, and he relied so much on pace and being able to burst past players, and he just can't do that. He can't do that at all.
He never gets hurt, and he just has 30. FBRF has him at 32,000 league minutes in his career, and he just plays every minute of every game, whether it's 46 games for Brentford in the flamp or 38 games for Villa. And so maybe expected that he just gets old faster than someone else, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of tread on the tires. I mean, ultimately, it's whether you could have predicted this or it was going to happen this year, or if the drop off was going to be so dramatic. It's happened, and I mean, it's really just on Emery to stop playing him. He just keeps picking him, but
they're in Mullen maybe, but they don't have that many guys.
He just doesn't play him. I mean, you never know if he's going to start.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a really interesting case where they're in the Champions League places right now. They're clearly a top 6 or 7 team in the division, and it's so difficult to find an FPL pick from this team just because.
It's really weird.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no good DEFCONers. The defense, like, they don't attack much. They only have, like, Rodgers, who also attacks, like, sort of. His underlyings are really underwhelming, and he like doesn't really shoot, doesn't really get in the box. Like, clearly a very good player. Then he rotates a lot. So, like, Mullen, if Mullen's starting every game, he's a pick, but he just doesn't start every game.
Yeah.
It's like, Tielemans just coming back. Like, we don't know who has pens still. I mean, we have no idea who's on pens.
There's a little Tielemans kind of, I noticed, he got his first start. He got 11 DEFCONs. We think he's still on pens. There's still that potential pick. Like, he still has that preseason potential of, like, maybe he's going to be one of the guys who gets pretty good DEFCONs, pretty good set pieces, maybe pens.
But remember the first 3 game weeks of the season where he played 90 and he just blank.
Yeah.
No DEFCONs, no shots, DEFCONs. Like, did nothing.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough to find a pick in this team, but I do still think Pau is like actually a good pick. Like the fixtures aren't great, but I mean he's just 4-3. Like you're looking at this 4-3, and he's gonna get DEFCONs, more than 0 time. I mean he did this week. He just got 4 point. He's a 4-pointer. I mean the defense is still good. I mean especially with Kamara, right? With TLs, like it's a good defense when you look up and down the division. So
and Emmy is still just like a complete enigma because he made some of the best saves of the season this game against Leeds. He was fucking insane, but he will also just gift a goal and pass to the enemy team, and and you never know. But I guess that's like good in FPL because it just means that like no matter how under the cosh they are, he could just come up with some worldies and you could keep it clean. So maybe that's a good thing for them. I don't know how to read it. X50 said I was getting Bumo in, just a mistake that we should immediately correct by transferring him to a mid who doesn't play for a bad team or is this overreacting. So X50 is obviously reacting from today where Man United were bad.
What are you seeing? Did this move the needle for you at all?
No, he's a good pick, and you should keep him until AFCON.
Yeah, it's just I mean, I wasn't not being exaggerating earlier when just shouting like them against 10 men is the worst possible scenario for Bumo because you just see Moyes just drop to 4-5-5-5-1, 4-5-1, whatever the fuck with however many players they had. Like they just when Bumo can't counter, I mean he's not going to really do anything. I mean he did have a good shot or two, but
I mean if you're like on Bumo, Bruno, and it depends on the other 13 guys in your team, but if you're a team that's on Bumo and Bruno, maybe it is a good free hit week. They have at Palace this week, really brutal fixture. And then they're home West Ham, at Wolves, home Bournemouth. You fucking want them both for all 3 of those. There's no doubt about that. So maybe that's good.
Yeah, I mean it's unfortunate because you really wanted to see Bumo eat against home Everton, which was a really good fixture when the teams had 11 players. But
he had to slap. He had to fucking slap. We haven't even mentioned the slap.
Yeah, I mean, I actually still haven't seen the replay.
No,
yeah,
you gotta see the fucking slap.
I know I didn't get a chance to see it. But the at Palace for Bumo is maybe the worst fixture other than at Arsenal all year because
it's so bad.
Mitchell and Guéhi and then LaCroix, like he's just gonna get eaten up. Like he's gonna have absolutely nowhere to go and nothing to do.
It's a 1v3 every time he gets the ball, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I guess actually now that we are talking, I mean, we saw Cunha miss. Like we don't know what's up with Cunha. Like that was a huge miss, but with no Sesko, like Xerxes, I don't know what or who he is.
He's a bad striker who's good at football. Do with that what you will.
He's just playing like I think actually the wrong position. Like he needs to be reinvented as
he needs
like,
Eddie Howe.
He needs to be playing like an 8 or like he needs to play a different position, center back maybe. I don't know. But like, they have an issue a little bit here with these players missing. Like
and Cunha is getting these weird injuries and not showing up for the Christmas light Fiesta festival in some suburb of Manchester, and everyone's raging at him. So I don't know what's going on there, but and then when Bumo goes away to AFCON, they have even one less attacker, and it's like I
don't know.
You still want them for the 3 after Palace, though. I think for sure you still
they're great.
Want
those are all great Bumo fixtures,
and Ahmad's going to AFCON too. Man, they're gonna be really fucking short up top during AFCON.
They're gonna have to put Bruno up top, I think, when they lose all these guys. Like
Bruno,
he's gonna have
one
to
of
just
the 8s, and Cunha is gonna start at forward.
I mean, he's gonna just have to put like Ugarte, Mainu, like someone he doesn't like just is gonna have to play.
They're gonna have to play. Mount will play as much as he can until he breaks down. Like it's gonna be weird.
It has to. He has to do that. But that's several game weeks in the future.
The point still stands about the away Palace. You don't want them, and then you want them for the next 3, so you hold. And then the last question we got was Parmo. He said, I'm selling João Pedro. I already own Thiago. Is there another option? Another forward you like? I have one. I actually do have one.
Jim or Welbs.
I'm so happy you said Jim. That's who I have in mind. Yeah. He is Thiago 2.0. He's a 6'2" nailed forward on pens on a mid-table team.
Yeah, I think I would probably go for Welbs over Jim. The fixtures are a little bit better. I still am a little bit concerned with Fulham, just from the standpoint of they're really bad. I mean, they're just like a really bad team with bad players, and they don't attack. So
I mean, they're not that dissimilar to Brentham. To me, they don't have 6 pens. That'll hurt you a lot in the rankings or whatever. But they're probably like a 15th-ish best team, and they have a nailed forward on pens, and that's what it is.
I mean, the difference to me with Brentham is just they still have these games where they have really, really good attackers that play every game. And they have these games where they just have these counterattack exploitative things where it's just like they have multiple chances. Like Fulham just don't have big chances ever. I mean, they just don't create big chances. Like they just don't do anything. They play with the 2 huge DMs with Lukic and Berg, and they just kind of sit in and
this
and
week was
fucking
sort of
suck.
the exception. I mean, they really. I mean, Sunderland looked like a relegation team. Like this was one of the first games all season, maybe the only game all season where Sunderland were like, oh, maybe they're the 19th best team actually, and they shouldn't be in like the top 4 because Fulham just completely crushed them. And did create chances.
Yeah, I mean they have at Spurs, Home City, Palace. I mean they're not.
Yeah, the next 3 are bad.
They're bad, But I think you just look at Fulham. I'm like, unlike with Brentham, where I'm like, oh yeah, they can create chances against anyone because they have Thiago and Damsgaard and Django and Shada. Like I would just look at Fulham like every game's miserable.
Dude, they have Wobie, Harry Wilson, and Kevin.
Right, sure. Players who he doesn't start, like who are sometimes exciting. But no, I mean he's 6'2", like he has pens. He's everything funnels towards him. So
Jim is the long-term pick with the Muniz surgery. Welbs is the short-term fixture play. I would.
And the form play. I mean, he's banging. He's banging them in for fun right now.
And we know he's not going to stay fit forever. We know Brighton have a million guys to come back from injury, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All the normal caveats. But the Fulham have the 3 bad fixtures, but Muniz is fucked. And it's like, if a long-term team that's like something along the lines of Holland, Jim, Thiago with 3 Arsenal, and there's a team structure there that I like, where I'm just like, these are all long-term good picks.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also really nice for Jim that, there's no fucking IB for till March, because him with Mexico has been really disruptive for him this season. And he's also fucking old and shit. So, I mean, he looked really fit this game against Sunderland. It looked like, it was like
his best game.
Yeah, it was his best game of the season for sure. But it was just like, oh, like he can still do the game for 90 minutes. So, maybe, you probably do though want to try and dodge the next 2 or 3 even if you can.
I mean, we say that, and then I'm like at Spurs. I'm like,
I mean, they're going to miss Romero, but it's still just like, it's hard to.
They fucking stink.
They do, but they also just have every single like. I still just don't expect them to just concede.
Me too.
Yeah.
But part of that is just like the names, and it's like, geez.
That's fair.
Anyway, I mean, there's a lot to talk about. We got Champions League this week. We'll be back on Thursday tomorrow, and we'll be back for a Thanksgiving evening pod and a Friday live stream, and I think we could probably call it there, right?
Sure, sounds good.
One ass to slap, only the 1 new sign up. The numbers are dwindling. We got Vic. Let's maybe get in there. Any last words?
I'll see you on Thanksgiving.
My favorite holiday. Our favorite holiday. Happy Thanksgiving. Check us out at FMLFPL.com. Follow us on Twitter at FMLFPL, sportsbeat.com/FML subscriber. Cheers.